Hello everyone, it's clayrammage. Welcome to my channel. And we have another Goodwill Bins Haul today. Much smaller haul than the last couple. They've been big lately, but this one's much smaller. I spent $32 today on just a few items, which I think will be good items. Should be able to do fairly well on those. And so first off, I just wanted to say, if you're new to the channel, we do thrifting videos. We show, our haul videos, which is where we show all the stuff that we found. And lately, we've been doing a lot of the Goodwill Outlet bins. They've had a lot of great stuff. And then we also do some how-to videos and stuff like that. So if you like that kind of content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's go from there. But I also would like to give a shout out to a newer channel, Journey of Jewelry. Melissa over at Journey of Jewelry is starting out her channel, and she's got some goals set for reaching milestones by the end of the year. She's already reached the one, and now she set another one. So if we could run over to her channel and show her some love. She does jewelry haul videos, so if you're into jewelry or really like what she does, and she just will be getting a package from me. In fact, by the time this video posts, she'll have already gotten it, of a lot of the jewelry that I found at the bins. So there you go. And so let's head on over and show her some love and hit that subscribe button for her. So anyway, let's get into our haul video. Today, one of the first things I found was this corner shelf with 3 shelves on it. And what I really liked about it is that it's got a label on the bottom. Somebody put the guy's name on here, made by so-and-so in the 1930s. And I don't know if they realized, but in pencil up above it already had 1934 North Branch, Minnesota. But I think they put that on it just to have the name of the guy that made it, which was Bob, and it says Harold's brother. So there you go. But yeah. And when I'm expanding my booth down to Pink Elephant, and stuff like this will be great for displaying shelves on. It'll be for sale too, but I could still use it to display stuff on before it sells. So we're going to do that. One of the more unusual finds today, but I found out these are rather collectible, and that's these bank bags, money bags. Store your money in. So the way they work is, if you're not familiar, you zip them up all the way until your zipper is underneath the lock mechanism, and then you push the lock mechanism down, and that locks the zipper so it will not open. And the amazing thing is that I found 3 of these, and all 3 of them, actually I found 4, but 3 of them had the keys and worked. The 4th one had the key, but it didn't work, so I didn't pick it up. But these sell for like $10 to $20 each. Some of them sell for a little more. But one of the keys is the brand of the lock. These, it says a Rifkin company, R-I-F-K-I-N. But it says Radco lock on it. And Radco is one of the more collectible locks that you can find on these bags. So and I got 2 of the smaller size and then the one larger size, and these are all from Norwest Bank here in Minnesota. So excuse me. So they're local bank bags, and who knows how much money has been transported in those bags over the years. And the reason you lock them is like retailers put their deposits in there, lock it, and then if the Wells Fargo or some other transport company with the armored vehicle stops, picks them up, takes them to the banks for you. So that way they're locked, and nobody can tamper with them before they get to the bank. And then the bank is the key to unlock it. Then they send it back, and round you go. Anyway, so yeah, that was a good find. The other thing I found were these, and while they may look vintage, they're not. They're actually modern reproductions, if you will. These are Christopher Radco Ornaments, his 1940 series design, vintage American. So they're new ornaments, just made to look old, but they're still, Christopher Radco ornaments are still very collectible, so that's why I grabbed that. Because we do a lot of reselling around here, and especially lately, we've been doing really well, so that's good. Another thing I found were these glorious Victorian Baroque style frames. Some of them have pictures in them and some of them don't. But there's one. Here's another one. This particular one is made in Hong Kong. This is a plastic version. And what's cool about this one is it's got these little slides on the back. So this is how you get this back cover off. They just slide back and forth. They're plastic. But still, pretty cool. Haven't seen that before. Here's another one. This one had some foam in there, so it must have had a little padded picture. This one I couldn't find the insert for. That's a metal frame. And then there's this little metal mirror, which is pretty cool. And it's made in Italy. It says on the bottom. A couple of them were made in Italy, a couple made in Hong Kong, a couple not marked. So, but yeah, what I'll do is I'll just make a collection of those. They're all smaller frames, easily shipped. And I might, if I have some smaller prints that I think would look good in there, I might even put some prints in them. And then I also, speaking of prints, I found this small still life, floral still life. It's a print, you know, again, probably 40s, 1940s. But I just liked it, and I do well with these smaller prints, selling those. I found this pair of sunglasses. They're just unusual. I picked them up. Again, I do a lot of sales on sunglasses, especially the more unusual, the better. So I always keep my eyes open for those. And I'm keeping my eyes open for Easter stuff, because that's, you know, Christmas is almost here and Easter's going to be here before you know it. So found these two vintage hand-decorated eggs. And I say they're vintage. It's hard to tell because they're just plastic eggs. But based on the stuff that was used to decorate them. That's why I call them vintage. It could have been done last week with vintage stuff, but they look vintage. That's one of the difficulties in identifying sometimes. Found a Pez Santa. Just thought that was fun. So I picked him up. Found a bag of marbles. I don't know anything about marbles. I know there's huge collectors out there. Some can be valuable, some are not. Some of these are shooters. But yeah, what I do is I just make a large lot of marbles and sell them as a lot, and marbles do well. A lot of collectors. I did pick up a scarf. Does it make me look nice? No, doesn't do a thing for me. But the reason I picked it up was it's Oscar de la Renta. It's signed. Again, this, if I paid a nickel for it, I'll be lucky. So I picked that up, and then there's a whole, in one bin, there's a whole bag full of scarves that somebody donated, and most of them are just normal scarves, but there's that, and then there was this, more of a bandana style. But I love this print. It's a more of a Southwestern style print, Native American style, and it says printed in the USA, Whamcraft, W-A-M-C-R-A-F-T. So yeah, but I just like the style of it. That's why I grabbed this one. Then I found this flask, and it's a belt buckle. That's what I think is great about it. It's a belt buckle flask. It used to have some sort of insert in the front. It's no longer there. That's why it looks kind of funky. This is a black leather. But it's designed to have something. Oh, this little flask comes out, and then it snaps in there. Oh, got it. Now I get it. So anyway, so yeah, so you can put your own little emblem on the front of that. But I've done really well with flasks. I've sold every single one of them that I've gotten. So, and they're all seem to be different. So there's another different one, a belt buckle flask. All right, this one I'm going to ask for you guys' help if you know. I found this milk glass plate. It's a beautiful rose design, and it's got 3 feet on it, which I thought was unusual. You don't see them too often with 3 feet. But then the more unusual thing is the bottom has a rose centered in the middle of it. So I'm not exactly sure who the manufacturer is. So if somebody knows something about that, please let me know. I just thought it was a beautiful plate bowl. It's kind of a plate bowl, kind of in between there. So that was one of my heavier items. This was another heavier item. This little stool, vintage stool. That was great. It's just particle board for the base. Some simple wooden legs with rubber stoppers on it. And a bluish vinyl top. But the top is in amazing condition. Just has one little tear there. I guess it's got a little missing spot there, but I'll clean that up. And I think it'll look great in a mid-century modern house. If you'd want, you could paint the wood base to it. Make it a little more appealing if you didn't like the wood look. And I found these Rustic Fences. 3 of them. I've done well lately with a lot of dollhouse stuff. And these say 100% American made. Sticker on the bottom of them. So there are 3 of them. I thought these could be great dollhouse accessories. So I don't know if those are meant for dollhouse, for, you know, play. I don't know what they are, but I picked them up. They were light, easy. I found 2 vintage handkerchiefs. There's this floral design one. It's cute. And again, these weigh nothing, so I paid 2 cents for it. I'm lucky. But then there was this one, which still has this label, made in Switzerland, with the yellow rose on it. I thought that was beautiful. I love how they fold them in such a way as you can see the pattern. It's always awesome. So that's those. I found this vintage flower frog. Now this one happens to be copper colored, which you don't see the copper too often. So I grabbed him, and again, these things weigh a lot, so you pay, I probably paid $1 or $2 for that because it weighs so much. Speaking of weighing so much, these 2 are 2 other items that weigh quite a bit. Mickey and Donald, they're solid brass, so they have some heft to them. These are the vintage, older versions of them, not the modern versions, which you can find more modern versions of them, but these happen to be the older ones. And they're not marked or anything, so many times they would have a copyright of Disney on them very clearly, but these don't for some reason. Not sure why not, but they don't, so we go with that. And then I picked up a mat. I have a lot of vintage frames and prints that, you know, I buy these mats and then I frame them, either hang them on the wall or sell them. So another thing I found was this Christmas ornament needle point kit. It's called Christmas Time Damask. So I don't know if you can see, it's tone on tone, but they have the pattern laid out in the fabric. And then on the back, it gives you the instructions on how what colors to use where when you do your needle point on it, or embroidery. So yeah, so that was fun little things. Dated 1986. So a nice vintage piece. Not super vintage, but vintage. And I found a mouse. This little mouse. It's a metal, all metal, painted very wild green, and he says Revere Manufacturing. And he is pretty dirty, so he's got some age to him, even though he's like in perfect shape. But he's got some wear to the bottom. So he's been around. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find him, but I just thought he was cute. I like the color. Speaking of funny animals, got this funny horse, but he says made in Hong Kong on the bottom. So he's got a little bit of age to him too, and a little bit of dirt. Needs some cleaning up, but it reminded me of the Trojan horse with that stance. Then speaking of horses, I found a Dala horse in kind of an orangish color. Usually they're more reddish, but he does have some condition issues. He's missing some paint there, and he's the top coat of orange is kind of missing along there. So, and the other side similar, it's got smaller pieces missing paint, but yeah. But I picked him up, put him down at the Pink Elephant. They sell fairly well down there. In fact, they sell fast, really fast. I put them out, usually in a week they're sold. So people around here collect those. I picked up this stuff for crafting. These are these, I remember as a kid playing with some of these. These are little vintage puzzle pieces where you make, you know, put the person together. But is not a complete puzzle, it's just the pieces. But I thought crafters might like it. Like there's a part of a pant leg. Here's an arm. So, and I have a spinner unit down there that I just put, you know, put them in a baggie and mark them for $1. And people root through them. And I sell a lot of stuff that way. And I found some jewelry. I found a bracelet. A metallic bracelet. Kind of a snake skin finish to it. There's this. Mauve-ish color, almost a rose color. Oops. And this is brand new on the card, with a pair of matching earrings. And again, I put jewelry in a lot, and in fact, I mentioned earlier Melissa from Journey of Jewelry, and I just sold her a lot of the bins. I think I mentioned that already. Then there's this little heart bracelet. There's this wooden bracelet. Again, none of this is precious metal or anything fancy, but I just pick it up to make a nice lot, and I make money on it. So that's the main objective here. So coral color, and then there's this kind of a wooden necklace with stars. They're squarish diamonds or something. Anyway, and then the other thing I do lots of is lamp flip finials. So I'll pick these up. Sometimes I steal them off existing lamps or harps or whatever is in the bins. Because otherwise, they're, you know, most of the lamps there are broken and in bad shape, so they're not going to be sold. So they'll just go in the garbage. So I pick them up and then I sell those in a lot of like 15 for $20 to $25, depending upon what they look like. And I sell them quickly, and away they go. And then the last thing I got is this book of Job or Job or something. It says Job, the story of a simple man. But it's a fictional book. It's not the Job of the Bible, although it's, I believe, has some similarities. But it's copyright 1931. And it does have the Star of David on the front and on the spine. So I'm assuming it's a Jewish theme for the book and a Jewish author. So yeah, so that's what we got today. Again, a smaller haul, which is kind of nice, but fun nonetheless, and some good stuff for resale. So thank you guys for watching. See ya. Catch you next time. Bye.